afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4. Susan, we made it. It's Friday.
We've made it through another week. We're one step closer to getting this all behind us.
Another busy weeks and another busy day. So here's what's making news on this Friday. Wisconsin Representative Brian Steele says just under 4% of the state's coronavirus funding has been spent. But is that accurate? Political reporter Amy Reed is following up for us.
Months after several breweries and distilleries changed from making vodka to hand sanitizer, they're trying to get back to normal. Our Madison O'Neill talks to one local company. And
President Trump says that he will use executive action if no deal is reached on a coronavirus relief bill. Let's take a look outside on this Friday. Boy, that's a beautiful shot. Just gorgeous. Summer, welcome back. And Chief Meteorologist Garrett Canelti is in the backyard patio. A warm weekend on tap.
Yeah, those temperatures are back up in the mid to upper 80s this weekend, and the dew point temperatures will jump into the 70s, so we certainly will feel the humidity. But as we take a look at visible cloud track, there's not a lot in the way of cloud cover, at least around here. To the west, there's some mid and high level clouds, but for the most part, we've been staying precipitation free because of the dry air near the ground. That will change, though, with time. You can see on temperatures right now, our temperatures are generally in the lower 80s, a few places in the upper 70s. The dew point temperature is still not too bad, but they are higher out to the west. Notice those mid 60 to near 70 degree dew points on the other side of the Mississippi River. That's what's heading in our direction. So for tomorrow, look for a warmer and more humid day with a high temperature of 86. There's a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm from late tonight through the day tomorrow. Most of us will probably miss out on those. We'll see better chances for thunderstorms as we head perhaps into tomorrow night, Sunday, and Sunday night. Now, as we take a look at first warn traffic right now, the roads are in pretty good shape for a Friday. Looking at the Beltline, a little bit of a slowdown on the eastbound Beltline around Monona Drive. Otherwise, we're seeing traffic moving pretty much at the posted speed limits, not only in and around the Madison area, but heading to the south and east on I-3990 through the construction zone down toward the Illinois state line, as well as I-94 eastward toward Milwaukee and US 12 into southeastern Wisconsin. North and west of Madison, pretty much the same story. I-39 northward into central Wisconsin, I-90-94 through the Dells into the northwest, and US 151 through Dodge County, pretty much in good shape. That is your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. We'll see you in a few minutes. A recent report from the U.S. Treasury Department shows Wisconsin has spent only 3.8% of the money it got from the last round of relief.
Our Amy Reed is live to explain why those numbers don't tell the full story. Amy?
A spokesperson for Governor Tony Evers' office told me about $1.7 billion of the $1.9 billion that the state government got as part of the CARES Act has a place to go. But a recent report from the Treasury Department shows only $75 million has been spent through June 30th. The governor's office said that number doesn't account for all spending through June. They plan to add around $175 million more to that they used as part of the emergency response to the coronavirus. And so they're going to add that to that figure at the end of the fiscal year. As for the other programs that they've created to make up the rest of the $1.7 billion, a spokesperson for Evers said they are making payments on at least a weekly basis. Now, we checked in with some local groups who were part of these announcements, and they confirmed that they have been paid. Now, a challenge for us in tracking this money is that some of these programs have just finished taking applications, and therefore the money has been promised, but it has not yet been paid. But we're going to stick with this story.
Amy, thank you. This weekend, Wisconsin will likely reach 60,000 positive COVID-19 cases. Nearly 1,000 more tests came back positive within the last day or so. The state is also on track to hit a grim milestone, 1,000 deaths. Fewer people are getting tested, which has led the percent of positive cases to go up to around 7%. 3 workers hired to help at the Democratic National Convention have tested positive for COVID-19. Daily screening began last week for employees expected to work the convention. It's set to begin August 17th in Milwaukee, but will be held mainly online because of the pandemic. Joe Biden and other speakers will not attend the convention in person, and it is still unclear how Biden will accept his party's nomination.
Public schools in New York are authorized to open for in-person learning now that coronavirus infections have significantly significantly decreased across the state. Many parents are planning on a mix of in-person and online learning for their kids. Local districts have the final say on whether students should report to classrooms. In Georgia, officials reversed a 5-day suspension for the student who posted this photo showing packed hallways and few students wearing masks at her high school. Despite an uptick in coronavirus cases, South Dakota is expecting 250,000 bikers for the 80th annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. It'll be the largest public gathering since the pandemic began.
I mean, it's easy to social distance while you're riding your bike because you can't get 6 feet within another bike, so that's really easy. And then we got our face masks, you know.
South Dakota does not have a mandatory mask requirement.
A meeting between White House officials and Democrats just ended without a deal on a coronavirus stimulus package. And as a result, the Treasury Secretary says he will recommend the president take some executive action. Skylar Henry is at the White House with the latest.
White House officials and Democratic leaders emerged from what both sides describe as a disappointing meeting Friday without a deal on a COVID relief bill.
The president would like us to make a deal, but unfortunately, we did not make any progress today.
We're hopeful that they will think about it and come back and tell us they're willing to meet us halfway.
The president says he has executive orders ready to go to address evictions, unemployment insurance, and student loans.
It's going to take a little bit of time for us to finalize these and process them, but we'll do them as quickly as we can because the president wants action.
Democratic leaders criticized the threat, saying executive orders would be weak and insufficient.
The bill's overall price tag is the biggest sticking point. The White House started at $1 trillion, with Democrats wanting a $3.4 trillion package.
They can't come up with any significant cuts in their bill. What they want is a $2.5 trillion blank check.
The House Speaker says so far the White House has rebuffed her offer to remove $1 trillion from the Democrats' proposals if Republicans agree to add $1 trillion to theirs.
I've told them, come back when you are ready to give us a higher number.
More than 30 million Americans are out of work, and many say they don't know how they'll make ends meet without the extra federal spending on unemployment. The Small Business Paycheck Protection Program, which is designed to keep employees on the payroll, is set to expire on Saturday. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
The Treasury Secretary says he believes both sides could reach an overall deal if they could just agree on the numbers for state and local funding. The president is spending the weekend at his golf club in Bedminster, New Jersey.
The U.S. economy added more jobs than expected last month, according to new numbers from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Still, those July numbers reveal a resurgence of the coronavirus cooled economic growth in the summer as states continue to try to contain the outbreak. After a record gain in June, the Department of Labor says the U.S. economy added about 1.8 million jobs last month as some states paused or reversed reopening plans. The unemployment rate dropped to 10.2% from 11.1%.
I think that we are continuing to see job growth. That is the good news. The not so good news is that because of the spread of the virus in the South and the West, and maybe now in the Midwest, the pace of job growth is slowing down some.
Millions of Americans lost extended unemployment benefits last week, including a $600 a week supplement. Economists say the pace of recovery hinges on whether the nation can effectively contain the outbreak and limit virus surges in the fall. Stocks closed mixed with that job data and stalled stimulus bill. The Dow Industrials managed a 46-point gain, ending the week at 27,433. The Nasdaq fell 97 after setting records all week. The S&P 500 added 2. Well, local distilleries have been producing hand sanitizer since the shortage at the beginning of the pandemic.
But now some of the demand for hand sanitizer is actually drying up. Our Madeline O'Neill spoke with area distilleries about how that affects them and what they're doing now to stay in business. Maddie?
Well, you'll likely remember back in the spring, it could be really hard to find affordable hand sanitizer. Now that it's easier to find in stores, local distilleries that added sanitizer production say that demand is reducing. Well, area distilleries say that they didn't make a large profit on the hand sanitizer, giving much of it away to the community and selling enough to keep the lights on. They do say that the sanitizer sales helped them get by when spirits sales were down. Now, places such as Old Sugar Distillery Distillery in downtown Madison tell me those bottle sales are starting to go up again. At the same time, they're able to reopen up their patio to cocktail sales on weekends.
Oh, at first it was gangbusters. We sold, 3-4 pallets of it. And now that's just slowed down a little bit. So now it's going out, but not as fast as it was in the beginning.
We've lost Maddie, unfortunately, but I can tell you that other distilleries like Yahara Bay and State Line Distillery haven't been able to reopen tasting rooms to the public. We'll hear more from them, and we'll talk about what's next going forward coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
And still to come at 4, we go behind the screens with Michael Bruno.
He'll tell us about a virtual concert being held by one of the original cast members of Hamilton, and it all benefits the Overture Center. That's coming up next.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
The golf range and suites of By10's Golfland provide safe fun. Golf range buckets and balls are sanitized after each use, and high-touch areas are regularly sanitized. Full grill and bar service is provided safely to your golf suite by wait staff. Try fun, easy-to-play top tracer games like Go Fish, only at By10's Golfland.
Pull into your driveway in style. Relax by the pool in luxury, and give your front porch the facelift it needs with TSR Concrete Coatings, Wisconsin's premier concrete coatings contractor. Get beautiful concrete coatings installed in as little as 1 day, customizable and easy to clean. See the before and now the after. Our coatings are 4 times stronger than regular epoxy. They won't chip, crack, or peel. They're impact resistant and UV stable. Now check out these savings. Save 15% on your concrete coating project. Ask about 12 months, same as cash. TSR Nation is growing by the day with satisfied customers throughout Wisconsin, and we want you to be a part of it. As a special bonus, call during this program and receive a free TSR swag pack with your concrete coating project. Call 1-800-886-8411. That's 1-800-886-8411.
When you have depression, it can plunge you into deep, dark lows and can leave you feeling extremely sad and disinterested. Overwhelmed by bipolar depression? Ask about Vraylar. Not all types of depression should be treated the same. Vraylar effectively helps relieve all symptoms of bipolar depression with just 1 pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Metabolic changes may occur. Nausea, restlessness, and movement dysfunction are common side effects. When bipolar depression overwhelms, ask how Vraylar can help.
Dear Summer, how do I make the most of you? Do I kick back and relax? Or climb new mountains? I could go and get dirty. Or switch into new lanes. One thing's for sure, it's gonna be great. Can't wait. Toyota.
Right now, you can get 1.9% financing for 60 months on a new 2020 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Toyota.
By10's Golfland offers 3 award-winning 18-hole miniature golf courses, 2 outside and 1 inside, all open day and night. Have peace of mind. Miniature golf clubs and balls are sanitized after each use, and high-touch areas are regularly sanitized. Enjoy safe fun for everyone at By10's Golfland.
Welcome back. Hasbro is pulling troll dolls from store shelves. It comes after an online petition with more than 270,000 signatures accusing the toy of promoting child abuse with an inappropriately placed button. People are taking issue with a button on her bottom under her skirt that when pressed causes the doll to make sounds. A Hasbro spokeswoman said, quote, "This feature was designed to react when the doll was seated, but we recognize the placement of the sensor may be perceived as inappropriate." The spokeswoman says it was unintentional and they will give people a replacement Poppy doll of similar value. Well, over the 4th of July weekend, many people got to experience the magic of the original Hamilton cast for the first time.
Well, now Christopher Jackson, who played George Washington in the original production, is hosting a virtual concert benefiting the Overture Center. Our Michael Bruno takes us behind the screens.
Oh, the time has come and my dreams will be heard. They will not be pushed aside or worse.
What I love about this is he's going to be set up at New World Stages in New York City in a venue. He's going to have live musicians, and it's going to be like a live stage show as opposed to something happening in somebody's home. The event is being co-produced by Dallas Summer Musicals, and they were all in the same situation that we're in, that, you know, they can't have live performances right now, but what can we do with our patrons? And so they got in negotiation with Christopher Jackson, and he agreed to do a concert if only the venues that were involved were nonprofits. He really wants to help benefit the nonprofits. So there are 16 performing arts centers or companies across the country that are selling tickets for this live event. And one of the things that made it interesting for me, because I've been looking for this kind of thing, you just go to overturecenter.org and you click on the Christopher Jackson, and you know the ticket is for your household, right? One of the nice things also about it with it is that that link will be live for 72 hours after the show. So if something happens and you can't watch it that exact time period, you have 72 hours to watch it.
And so, Kara, so if somebody's been living under a rock for the past, 5 years, and they have no idea who Christopher is, could you give us a little bio on who this incredibly talented person is?
Sure. Most people know him as George Washington from that little show called Hamilton.
I'm stepping down, I'm not running for president.
That's what he's most known for, that and his TV shows that he's done. But his Broadway debut was in the ensemble in Lion King. So he's been around on Broadway performing for a long time. He also originated the role of Benny in the Heights, which is also another Lin-Manuel Miranda show. And he's just a talented, phenomenal performer, just multi-talented. And, you know, he does the rap stuff that you know of, and he has a really, really great classical voice, too. So I'm excited to see what he sings and what he brings to this show.
Do we know what the repertoire is going to be, or is it going to be a surprise?
Yeah, we do know some of it. I mean, he's going to be singing standards, and he's going to be singing Broadway, and of course he'll sing from In the Heights and Hamilton. But rumor has it he's a big Harry Belafonte fan.
Which is so fun.
So he's going to do a Harry Belafonte medley, which is really great, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there going to be a little something happening afterwards with the two of you, possibly?
Yes, Cara. Cara and I are going to have a nightcap.
That's right.
Right?
With anybody who attends the show. It'll be free, and just tune in. We'll send a link, and we'll chat about the show.
We'll chat about the show. Cara and I do cocktails all the time, but we've never done a nightcap.
No.
That'll be interactive then, right?
Yes.
It'll be interactive. We want to talk about the show. We want to, get people's opinions on it. We want to talk to them about this whole virtual world and how they are. And it's just a social time for us to chitter chatter.
Do you think that obviously you've been looking for these types of things for a while? Are there going to be some things like this going on down the road now, possibly?
We hope so. We hope that this is successful for everybody. And if it's successful, we'll be talking about some other kinds of events.
And Michael joins us now from his in-home studio. Boy, this is quite an opportunity for folks.
It certainly is, and this man has a voice like butter.
Yeah. That's what we were just saying. We couldn't get over his voice. It's incredible. How much are the tickets, Michael?
They're $40, and that's a one-time deal, $40, and then you can either watch it live stream, or like Tim said, it will be available for video on demand for 72 hours afterwards, approximately an hour after it's live streamed. So if you can't watch it, it's on Saturday the 15th at 7 p.m. It will be available for 72 hours afterwards.
Oh, so it's not this weekend?
No, it's on the 15th.
Okay.
Saturday the 15th.
All right. I can't wait to hear him sing Harry Belafonte.
That's what I was thinking, too.
So
yeah.
All right. I guess it's time. In the middle of the show, 3, 2, 1, it's Friday.
It's Friday.
There's Jim.
Crusaders.
We miss you guys. We can't wait to have you back in the studio in person.
I know, we miss you too.
All right. Have a good weekend, guys.
Have a good weekend.
Thanks.
Christopher Jackson, live from the West Side. A live stream concert event is next Saturday at 7 p.m., the 15th. Tickets on sale at overture.org.
That's going to be a great event. Then you can have the nightcap, virtual nightcap, too.
Absolutely. All right, still to come at 4. If you're a subscriber to HBO, a new movie debuts this weekend.
It's called An American Pickle, and it stars Seth Rogen. We'll have a preview for you coming up after Gary's weekend forecast.
Welcome to the all-new Dwellings.
This right here is confidence in a bottle. It just gives you such a boost of confidence.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home. I had the timer on, and we were screaming. 4 minutes, 34 seconds, completely gone.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. These lines bother me. They really do. And this is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. So it targets all those problem areas.
So this would be a daily thing, or
it absolutely could be a daily thing, but the way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
This is our moment to build a new American economy for our families and for our communities. When we spend taxpayers' money, we should use it to buy American products and support American jobs. It's time to help small businesses. We'll purchase clean energy technologies to fight climate change and enhance national security. We have to invest in what the jobs and industries of tomorrow are going to be. We have a great opportunity to build back and build back better.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Dwellings, Madison's best kept $150 secret. Now open in Fitchburg.
Well, take a look at this. Try not to smile at this Michigan shelter's dog's adorable maternity shoot. Jazzy's a new resident at the Saginaw County Animal Care and Control. And she's pregnant, sassy, adorable, and we love her. Staff gave the expectant mom the royal treatment with a flower-draped photo shoot. The shelter says this Prego Pubster's puppies won't be up for adoption until they're born, but for now, save your clicks. They're not even taking applications yet.
Oh, Mama, she looks a little tired. Like, can I have a treat or something?
A little tired, yeah. But that's a nice gesture.
That's very sweet, yeah.
All right, Gary is over in the Weather Center, bracing for a steamy weekend.
Yeah, the temperatures and the humidity will be increasing this weekend, so it'll feel more like summer. There'll also be some thunderstorm chances as well, but it won't be a complete washout of your full first warn forecast in just a couple of minutes.
We decided to have the surgery at Stoughton Hospital because we had just been so pleased with the care that we had received at that point. Being so close to home, why would we go anywhere else?
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
I've smoked, I've drank coffee, I drink red wine. It makes my teeth darker. And using Power Swabs, it's made a difference. People ask me, what do you do to whiten your teeth? And I'm really proud to tell them that I use Power Swabs.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab.
and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
The Secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginniker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip or tray in your mouth for 30 minutes twice a day.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like you got to leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with Power Swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on and it was good to go.
When I used these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth? With Power Swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Within the first day with the Power Swab, I noticed there was a difference. I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Whiten your teeth today by ordering Power Swabs and receive 40% off the regular price. Yes, 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free Quick Stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
We decided to have the surgery at Stoughton Hospital because we had just been so pleased with the care that we had received at that point. Being so close to home, why would we go anywhere else?
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, it was a pretty nice day today across southern Wisconsin. The live view from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam at Platteville showing bright sunshine, just a few cirrus clouds overhead. Not looking at any rain around here. And for the weekend, the Madison Lakes forecast. Well, first of all, let's take a look at the beaches. Right now, on Mendota, Marshall Beach is closed because of high algae levels, and on Monona, Esther Beach is closed. Otherwise, on Wabisa and Wingra, all beaches are open. Lake water temperature is missing, but still probably in the lower 80s. The forecast for tomorrow calls for a high of 86 degrees. Now, there's a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm. If you're looking for the better of the 2 days, it'll probably be tomorrow. Sunday, there'll be a little better chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. So again, if you're out on the lake, keep a weather eye to the sky and come in before the lightning gets in. Otherwise, with the heat and humidity, boy, the beach will be a nice place to be. Expect more heat this weekend with high temperatures in the middle to upper 80s. The humidity levels will also increase. Dew point temperatures climb into the 70s, and when they get in the 70s, you know it's humid. And that will lead to some thunderstorm chances, but we're not looking for a complete washout either. There'll be plenty of dry hours as well. In fact, if we take a look at the temperatures and dew points over the last 48 hours, it's been very comfortable. High temperatures, upper 70s to lower 80s, and notice the dew point temperatures, generally in the 50s to around 60. Look what happens over the next 48 hours. Those temperatures start going up into the 80s, nighttime low temperatures stay in the 70s, and those dew point temperatures jump from around 60 into the lower 70s. So that's an increase in the humidity. That could lead to some thunderstorm chances. Severe thunderstorm watch in effect for central Minnesota until 1 a.m. The severe weather threat will be to our north and west tonight. Tomorrow it'll stay out to the west. On Sunday it rebuilds to the north and west, but it looks like now the thunderstorm chances will probably be a little bit less on Sunday than what we were looking at yesterday. And the severe weather threat will more likely stay to our north and west because by the time the storms reach us later Sunday night, they should be weakening a bit. So we'll keep an eye on that. But right now, notice the jet stream starting to push northward. That's the heat that's building, but it'll be a short-lived heat because the jet stream kind of drops southward a little bit in the northwestern part of the country. So that will at least temper the heat as we head into next week. But there is a warm front. That's the dividing line between the warmer, more humid air to the south and west and our comfortably warm weather here. And those thunderstorms in Minnesota are developing right along that warm front. You can see temperatures upper 70s, low 80s here. Other side of the warm front, mid 80s. Look at the difference in dew points. Upper 50s, low 60s here. Generally 70s out to the west. That's the humid air that's heading in our direction. So our forecast calls for a high of 86 for tomorrow. A little more humidity. Could be a slight chance of a thunderstorm late tonight into tomorrow. I think most of the day tomorrow will be dry. Maybe a better chance tomorrow night into Sunday. And you can see this on Future Track. Overnight, look for partly cloudy skies, maybe a slight chance of a thunderstorm if some of those storms in central Wisconsin reach us. Otherwise, look for lows in the mid-60s. Highs tomorrow, mid to upper 80s. Notice you don't see much in the way of thunderstorm chances during the day. Tomorrow night, maybe a better chance for some thunderstorms, but they'll be widely scattered. Lows in the lower 70s with plenty of humidity. And then Sunday, some shower and thunderstorm chances. High temperatures still in the mid to upper 80s. Rainfall amounts will be spotty. Some areas could pick up an inch or two. Other areas could pick up very little. That's one computer model. The other computer models show perhaps 1 to 2 inches in some of the heavy thunderstorms. Otherwise, 7 to 10 day forecast, you see those temperatures drop back into the lower 80s. There'll be a drop in the humidity, but still enough moisture around. There could be a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm basically from Wednesday through Sunday of next weekend. A little better chance of thunderstorms by Monday of the following week.
Thank you. Seth Rogen stars opposite himself in a new comedy debuting this week on HBO Max.
Rick Damigella talked with Rogen about An American Pickle.
We are the Greenbacks, and we have American dream. I find good job in pickle factory.
Seth Rogen plays dual roles in An American Pickle.
Then one day, everything changed.
It was a challenge. I knew taking on this movie would be different than a lot of things I had done in the past for a lot of reasons.
You were able to track down a great grandson.
Greenbaum. He is shocked at how the barometers for success have changed over the years, which I very much related to in knowing my own grandparents very well and seeing how the fact that I was in movies was not very impressive to them, but the fact that I had like a whole closet full of paper towel rolls was very impressive to them.
I have an idea. Please start pickle business. That's a very stupid idea, Herschel.
If I was just playing Herschel, this would have been probably one of the more challenging roles I had ever done, and coupled with the fact I was playing another character as well, added, not just kind of creative challenges, but logistical ones. It was a wildly technical film to make.
Is this your father? No, that's David Bowie. Is this your mother? No, that's also David Bowie.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Wow, so Seth plays all the roles.
Well, 2 of them.
Wow, that's something. An American Pickle airs on HBO Max starting this weekend.
And we'll be right back.
Sponsored by Clean Lakes Alliance's Lake Forecast Monitoring app.
Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, Baca Enterprises is truly humbled and thankful to all of our employees, residents, families, and vendors for their patience and cooperation.
Our employees have gone above and beyond with sanitation efforts, altering their daily routines, all while spreading joy and happiness throughout our communities.
As you look forward to the future, Tennyson Assisted Living will be here for you.
To provide a sense of security and to provide comfort by keeping you safe and healthy.
Together, we're moving forward to help you live life with confidence. Call today to schedule your tour.
Managing type 2 diabetes? Audrey's on it. Eating right and staying active?
On it.
Audrey thinks she's doing all she can to manage her type 2 diabetes and heart disease, but is her treatment doing enough to lower her heart risk? Maybe not. Jardians can reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults who also have known heart disease, so it could help save your life from a heart attack or stroke. And it lowers A1C.
Jardians can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, genital yeast or urinary tract infections, and sudden kidney problems. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may be fatal. A rare but life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardians and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis or have severe kidney problems. Taking Jardians with the sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Lower A1C and lower risk of a fatal heart attack?
On it with Jardians.
Ask your doctor about Jardians.
Flexible education means I didn't have to wait for a new semester to start classes.
Flexible education means I don't have to miss class when my sitter falls through.
Flexible education means I can meet with my instructor in person or online.
Madison Magazine is recognizing amazing nurses for their courage and commitment during the COVID-19 pandemic. Go to madisonmagazine.com and nominate a nurse for going above and beyond the call of duty. Deadline for submissions is August 17. Pick up a copy of Madison Magazine and have the city at your fingertips. dining, entertainment, where to go, and what to see. Original reporting, local business, and politics. Pick up the latest issue on newsstands now.
Tonight at 5, Madison police used surveillance and Facebook Live video to track down 3 more suspects involved in looting on State Street earlier this summer. We'll have an update on the investigation.
High temperatures will be in the middle to the upper 80s this weekend with a big increase in humidity. That could lead to a few thunderstorm chances. My first warn forecast at 5.
And then at 6, we're getting an update from a local distillery that shifted from making spirits to hand sanitizer at the start of the pandemic. How they're doing now. Ahead tonight, News 3 Now at 6.
Here's a live look downtown Madison, a sunny Friday afternoon, warming up for the weekend. We used this shot every day this week.
Yeah, we did.
It looks the same.
Yeah.
Well, new research suggests just how easily people can spread diseases like coronavirus simply by speaking.
Duke University researchers wanted to test how easily germs can spread, even during normal conversations. So they used a box, laser, a lens, and a cell phone camera to visualize droplets and filmed people speaking into the box.
It's astounding how much stuff comes out of you when you just speak. You don't even have to sneeze or cough. It's the speaking itself that already generates lots of droplets.
You may not know that you're spreading the disease. You won't see it.
On visualization.
Dr. Martin Fisher and Dr. Eric Westman's team tested several types of face coverings. N95s without valves were the best protection, and surgical masks were also adequate. Popular double-layer cotton masks provided good coverage as well, but coverings like bandanas and neck fleeces did not block droplets much and may actually spread them more.
That's scary video.
To see it visualized like that,
yikes.
It really, yeah, it's a little disturbing.
Wear a mask.
Well, it's been nearly 6 months since the pandemic changed all of our lives.
It feels like we still got a long way to go before we can get back to normal. It's time for our weekly check with Dr. Zorba Pastor. Good to see you, Zorba.
Good to see you guys.
A lot of talk about going back to school, and the kids are immune from this disease, and let's straighten this all out.
Well, first of all, one of the issues we have to think about, certainly with parents, is putting COVID aside for just a moment. Make sure your kids are immunized for the other diseases. Very, very important. There are a lot of people that don't have their kids up to date on the shots, especially because they've been afraid to go into the office to get their shots. And basically, medical offices around the state have been very, very good at making sure the conditions are clean enough so that you can bring your child in for the other immunizations. Those are really very important things. Now, as for sending your child back to school, it becomes kind of a big issue. And you've got to look at the school and what they're actually doing. If I think back to Chicago when I grew up during the polio epidemic, among other things, the schools were overcrowded, so they went into shifts, morning shift, afternoon shifts. And what happened was they decreased the number of kids in each classroom in order to get more kids into school at a safer way. And I think those are one of the things that we really have to consider doing. But as a parent, it's a very difficult decision to make. And there's not one size that fits all. You've got to look at your individual decisions on what you're going to do for your child. You've got to protect your child. The estimation in Canada is that if we look at the numbers that they're looking at for the number of children who actually die of COVID, they estimate, doing that number to the U.S., that between 100 and 250 children this year will die from COVID when all is said and done. And that is a very scary number for any parent.
Plus, they're often asymptomatic, and they can infect other people, older people in the household.
Oh, exactly. The reality is older people, the older you are, the greater it is at risk. But some people think younger people are not at risk, and some viruses cause risk later on. For instance, the HPV virus, which is spread by sexually transmitted diseases, which is actually spread by sex, can cause cervical cancer in women 10 years later, and head and neck cancer in men and in women 40 years later. So we really don't know what the long-term consequences of COVID are. So the answer is wear a mask, socially distance, pay attention to science, because science and public health is really the right way to go. And look at information like this that we just learned about masks. The fact is the surgical masks are really much better than the cloth bandanas, and that's really an important thing to know for anyone who wants to wear a mask. And frankly, everyone in the state should wear a mask. Just like you wash your hands after you go to the washroom, just like you don't spit on the ground, wear a mask. Keep yourself safe from others. Keep yourself safe yourself.
270-9933 is the number to call. If you want to talk to Dr. Zorba Pastor, we'll get to your calls right after this. Stay with us.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
If your dry eye symptoms keep coming back, inflammation in your eye might be to blame.
Looks like a great day for achy, burning eyes.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Ha! These drops probably won't touch me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
What is that? Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief.
Oh.
Xiidra is the only FDA-approved treatment specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye, twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort, or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Got any room in your eye?
Talk to an eye doctor about twice daily Xiidra.
I'd prefer you didn't.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye.
Great decision on your new windows. Buy one, get one won't last long.
Have you always been so passionate about windows?
Felco's buy one, get one free windows is totally rad. Felco's energy-efficient windows are a must in every home. So hurry, call now.
You could say that.
Buy one window, get one free, and get no interest for 1 year.
Buy one, get one free, and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Felco.
This summer, get back to where you belong, along 60 miles of beautiful wide-open beaches, where family vacations have never been so much fun. With every sunrise and each high tide, the beach is calling you to raise your spirits, make you smile, and bring your family closer together. So stop dreaming and start booking, because we can't wait for you to get here. Visit Myrtle Beach and discover why happiness comes in waves.
We've got the power.
The Power Centers of Madison. Our customer-focused sales team will help you find the right power equipment to fit your needs. Lawn and garden, tractors, zero-turns, lawn mowers, trimmers, chainsaws, commercial equipment, and more. We carry the name brands that you know and some that you need to know. As an added incentive, you can always find factory promotions at the Power Centers of Madison.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Well, as we take a look at first warrant traffic for a Friday, things aren't too bad. Beltline not seeing any big problems in either direction. Maybe just a little bit of a slowdown around Monona Drive. Otherwise, traffic moving pretty much at the posted speed limits as far as travel times are concerned. Just a couple minutes more on the eastbound Beltline from University Avenue to the interstate compared to a trip on the westbound Beltline. As far as heading out of Madison, it's 26 minutes down to Janesville on I-3990 from the Beltline southward. A quick 15 minutes to Sauk City on US 12 from Middleton northward. And to Sun Prairie, it's only 14 minutes from downtown on East Washington Avenue and US 151. That's your News 3 Now, First Warrant Traffic.
Gary, thank you. For decades, thousands of vendors have fanned out along roadsides from Alabama to Michigan each summer to haggle over the prices of old Coke bottles, clothes, toys, knives, and more at the world's longest yard sale. And although the coronavirus pandemic has canceled events all over the globe, the six-state event is happening this weekend for the 34th straight year. On the first day, many people wore face masks and visibly tried to keep away from others, but many others did not, standing shoulder to shoulder as they looked through racks of clothes or tables full of shoes. I'm not sure it's worth the price.
6 states are doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
All right, it's time to get your medical questions answered live.
The number to call if you have a question for Dr. Zorba Pastor is 270-9933. Zorba, welcome back.
Let's start with Mark in Beloit. Hi, Mark, what's your question?
Hi, my question is, can secondhand smoke be a carrier for coronavirus?
If you're too close to the secondhand smoke, if you're within 6 feet, the answer is yes. If you're beyond 6 feet, the answer is pretty much no. Once again, it's really the close distance. It's not the smoke, it's the droplets from your mouth that really make a difference. Now, if you're really in close quarters and somebody is screaming and shouting like in a bar, it might go a little farther than 6 feet.
Okay, let's go to Jean in Fort Atkinson. Hi, Jean, what's your question?
I'm wondering about warehouse workers that are required to wear a mask with no air conditioning. When they have their mouths and their noses covered most of the day, are they putting themselves at health risk?
Well, certainly if you're going to be in close quarters working with others, you've got to wear a mask, the N95 being obviously the best mask that you're actually wearing. The goal is to always be 6 feet apart. Sometimes that's difficult with a job. The air conditioning can make a difference. It's really the ventilation that makes a difference. So there's a risk involved. That's why you wash your hands, you wear a mask all the time. And I think the biggest risk without air conditioning is it gets hot and you're going to take off the mask. And that's the biggest problem.
All right. Let's go to Steve in Beloit. Hi, Steve.
Hey, what's up, Doc? I got a quick one for you for your honest input. I know the flu vaccination is going to be coming around the corner since the symptoms coincide with the coronavirus, etc. What's your recommendation? Is it okay to get the flu shot and making sure that we can get a double dose if they do come up with a COVID vaccine in the near future? Has there been any research done to say, yeah, no, maybe, or just go ahead and get the flu shot?
Absolutely go out and get your flu shot. And I'll tell you why, because if you have symptoms of influenza, we can't necessarily tell them from symptoms of COVID. So it's important that we all be immunized for influenza. And the interesting thing is that in the southern hemisphere, where influenza starts for the year, in Australia and in New Zealand, influenza has dropped dramatically because people are not spreading it because they're wearing masks. So this flu season might be less than the usual flu season, but the answer is yes, get your flu shot as soon as it comes out. That's certainly what I'm going to do. And that pretty much should be what everyone thinks of doing.
And then you can get the COVID vaccine when that eventually comes out.
When that comes out, and when that's going to come out is still a mystery. But my hope is that sometime after the first of the year, one of those vaccines will be available.
All right, let's go to Helen in Monroe. Hi, Helen. What's your question? Helen, are you there?
Oh, yes.
Hi, go ahead.
How long can you wear the H95 masks? How long can you use them, and can you clean them?
The N95 mask, it's the N95 mask, and for people who are actually working in a hospital, situations like that, the N95 has to be changed on a regular basis. All depends on your institution. Some institutions it's every day, some it's every 3 days. If you're in the ICU working with COVID patients, that's clearly more often. But I think for regular people, wearing an N95 mask and just using that on a regular basis, sort of cleaning it with a little hand sterilizer, something like that, is probably all you need to do, unless, once again, you're in a high COVID environment.
All right. Let's go to Brian in Waterloo. Hi, Brian.
Yeah, hi.
What's your question?
Okay, yeah, it's more or less about masks. I was just wondering, why didn't we wear masks in 2015 when 1,052 people died, and only 3,500 people in Wisconsin got the flu that year? Only 3,500, but all them people died, and now we have over 50,000, and we're not even up to that yet.
Well, first of all, we're talking about wearing masks for COVID, but the fact is, if everyone wore masks during the influenza epidemic that occurs every year, especially people who are sick, we would drop the death rates between 1/3 and 1/2. And we as a society do not wear masks. If you look at Asia, as soon as people are sick in Asia, they put on masks and they spread influenza less. So back in 2015, of course, we're only talking about influenza. COVID was not around then.
All right, let's talk to Chris in Fall River. Hi, Chris. What's your question?
Hi. I know that we have a large percentage of people that get coronavirus end up being asymptomatic. And I haven't seen anyone ask or heard what the answers are about how long those people that are asymptomatic can stay infected and, more importantly, infect other people. Thank you.
Good question.
The CDC has weighed in on that, and they said when you come into contact with someone with coronavirus, you should self-quarantine for 14 days. The theory is that somewhere around day 1 or day 2, but possibly as early even as day 3, you actually are infectious, whether or not you have any symptoms at all. So the simple answer is 14 days. That's the answer if you come into contact with somebody with COVID, because anytime in that 14-day period, you can infect other people, and that means you're spreading disease. And that's why we say wear a mask, wear a mask, wear a mask.
Yeah, often you don't know if you have it.
Well, if you get a negative test, Zorba, should you get another one? How often should you retest yourself?
The negative test doesn't rule it out because there are false negatives. And depending on the test, that may be 25% of the time. And that's part of the problem. We have some tests that are a little bit more accurate than others, but it's also how the swab is done and everything else. But if you have a negative test and you still have symptoms, go get tested again. And the only way we're going to get this under control is if we have universal, easy-to-do testing every single day that we want to be tested. And that's the way they did it in Germany. That's how they're doing it in the UK. And unfortunately, we are not doing it in the US. We should be.
All right, Zorba, thank you. Thank you all for calling in. Have a safe weekend. We'll see you later.
Yeah, Zorba, great to see you. Thanks so much. We'll see you soon.
We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
Great decision on your new windows. Buy one, get one won't last long.
Have you always been so passionate about windows?
Felco's buy one, get one free windows is totally rad. Felco's energy-efficient windows are a must in every home. So hurry, call now.
You could say that.
Buy one window, get one free, and get no interest for 1 year.
Buy one, get one free, and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Felco.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is here with great offers on a huge selection, like 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. And get peace of mind with the Ford Promise. It's summer, so grab the family and head out. It's easier now during the Ford Summer Sales Event. Right now, get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus the peace of mind of the Ford Promise. See your local Ford dealer today.
What makes the 4-day super sale at Denver Mattress so super? Well, that's 4 days of super low prices, like the Summit Firm for only $199.99. 4 days of super savings, where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. And to celebrate our newest arrival, come in and test out the outrageously comfortable Casper mattress. Or purchase any Tempur-Pedic and get a free $300 Furniture Row gift certificate, plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. Hurry, the 4-day super sale ends Monday.
Habitat for Humanity of Dane County continues building and bringing stability to families through homeownership. As area families experience hardships, Habitat provides a pathway to financial security and independence. Strengthen our community. Support Habitat Dane County.
New, old, or coming soon, there's something for everyone streaming this weekend, and we'll share a few of the best, including Will Loper's picks. Plus, we're tracking some storm chances this weekend, Saturday morning, when we see you at 5 and 8.
Dealing with the challenges of learning at home.
The biggest threat is engagement.
Advice for parents and kids facing virtual learning this school year.
We have to work as a team or the whole place falls apart.
From an experienced homeschooling household. Monday on News 3 Now this morning.
Well, there's our forecast for overnight into tomorrow. Look for a low of about 65 by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's high about 86, so more humidity. There will be a slight chance of a thunderstorm during that period, but after that, look for a better chance on Sunday into Sunday night and Monday, and then a drop in the humidity, even though there'll be a few chances for thunderstorms next week.
All right, that looks good, Gary. Nice summer stretch. Here's what's coming up on Monday on Live at 4. It's Fair Week here.
We'll meet some 4-H kids showing off their livestock since county fairs weren't held this year.
We'll meet some of the best all week long, every day next week on Live at 4.